Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Two Live Sean, and I have another great video for y'all today, another helpful video. So what we're going to be talking about today is adjusting to having type 1 diabetes. My last video was my story on how I got diabetes. Now it's adjusting to diabetes. And I'm just going to post videos going down the line, going through the timeline of now in my life. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you a couple of things that I had running through my head and stuff like that when I was trying to get used to being a diabetic and understanding what I just got myself into, or not really that, but you know what I mean. So let's go. So the first thing is just so you go into the hospital for, like I said, my story. I go in and I come out a brand new person. And as for me, like being 9 years old, it kind of was just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just like, I'm just so different. Because as you being a little kid, any age, as you just being a kid in general, you're just so used to running around. You're just used to non-stop playing with your cousins, your family, your friends. You used to just eating whatever, just picking up any candy in stores, just being a kid basically. And like that's how it used to be. And then when I first got out the hospital, I kind of stayed to myself for like a week. And then when I first went back to my grandmother's house to see all of my cousins and stuff, it was like I'm so used to running and playing with them non-stop, and basketball, football, frisbee, tag, volleyball, whatever, badminton, just a bunch of activities, just non-stop running, being a kid. And as when I first got down there and I'm playing and stuff like that, and I got really low, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to be a diabetic. So that was one of my first couple of times of getting low. So it was kind of a little bit of me not really knowing what it was for real, since it was like real fresh for me. And then it was the fact that I don't want to stop. I don't want this burden on me to like not be able to do what I was just doing a couple of weeks ago. So I got really low, and then they had to help me get to the house, and then I had to eat and drink and get my sugar up to what it was. And after that, me and my mom was just having a talk, and it was just like, I don't want this. So it got to a point where I was just like, I just don't want it. So I kind of just want to act like it's not there. And that's not the way you want to do it. Like, everybody got their ways of coping with things. And at that time, mine was just, I don't want this. So I'm going to, when I get in certain environments and stuff like that, I'm going to act like it's not there. So I used to do things that wasn't good, like playing till I can't play, just because I see other people doing it, and I don't want them to look at me different, and me personally didn't want to feel different. So I kind of just let it go. I would just do whatever until it got real bad, and then I used to get sick a lot because of it. And that's not, looking back on it now, since I'm more comfortable with my body and my situation, that's not the way you want to do it. Like, you have to understand that you can still do what you want to do. You can play, you can play for a real long time, you can eat whatever sweets you want. Like, don't let nobody tell you can't eat. That's what my doctor used to tell me. Like, you can eat whatever you want, you just have to account for it. Or you can play for however much you want, but you just have to account for it, so you can still do what you want to do. You're not different. Don't let nobody ever tell you that. you just have to work harder to do what you want to do. You got to be, yeah, you have to, if you know you're about to run and do a lot, maybe snack up a little bit, eat a lot, then go out and play, maybe take yourself throughout or something like that. Or if you want some sweets or stuff like that, eat the sweets. You just gotta take the insulin, the right insulin for it. It might add an extra shot or two for your day, but if you want to do what you can, you're not different. That's the big thing. You gotta kind of understand that it is really hard, and it's going to be really hard going through, but you have to, like, for anybody that's young watching these videos, it's best to try to understand and build as much confidence now in yourself. Because me, I didn't really start understanding that this is a part of me and accepting it till I was deep into high school, and it didn't ruin my experience, and like it never would do that, but things could have played out differently just because I wasn't accepting it. So you kind of just gotta embrace. It's going to be hard because it's going to be like your first year. They call it like your honeymoon stage, but you just have to open up and embrace it. Don't be afraid to let people see, because like me personally, around my first year or two, I didn't want nobody to see me pricking myself, nobody see me checking pricking my finger, checking my blood sugar, taking shots in my arm. I didn't want nobody to see it just because I was so just against it. I just didn't want it, and there's nothing wrong. Like that's a part of you. Now this is going to be what you go through for the rest of your life. So the best thing to do is just accept it and just try to do your best to take care of yourself overall, instead of like how I feel like I did. I felt like I was really selfish with it for a long time, and it caused me to be sick a lot. And since I was sick, it kind of made it harder for me to accept it and want other people to accept it. Because until you accept what you are and embrace it and kind of not really enjoy it, but just take it for what it is, like nobody else will. And it's harder when you are constantly sick and in and out of the hospital and stuff like that to really embrace what you are and want other people to know, because you don't even feel good about it yet. So the biggest thing, I just feel like you just got to kind of just accept it. Your first year is going to be really hard. You're going to have a bunch of sick days, and it's going to be real hard. You might be in and out of the hospital like your first year or two, because you still trying to figure out what's happening to your body. Like you trying to figure out how certain things react to you. Like if you, let's say you used to play basketball every other day, like you got to figure out how that is going to affect your body. You might have to change that to just 3 days out the week or whatever the case is, until you manage and get yourself back right, or just anything. You just got to figure out how it's going to affect you. Certain foods affect differently. And so your first year or two is really just adjustment period to how it's going to go. Like I feel like once you get past that, it does get a little easier. And then like my video talking later down the line is going to get a little messy again, going through puberty and stuff like that. But the biggest thing is, what I want to tell you guys is it's okay. You still are a normal person. It's like you can still do what you want to do. I know when you first get sick, you're going to feel like you can't, and you're going to feel like you're not the same person. You're going to feel like you're different from everybody your age, and just from all the people that you used to be with. You're going to feel like you can't, and you can. You just have to work harder to do what you want to do. And I think that's pretty much it. I just wanted to tell you guys about what I feel like how I feel like I had to handle going through my first year or two, and how it made things harder, and things that I feel like y'all should do, and things that I did that was wrong, that if I could go back I would have changed, because it kind of made things worse to start off. Just like I said, getting sick a lot, and it's harder to embrace it when you are sick. So just kind of accept it. One thing the last thing I will say is just talk to somebody. Tell everybody how you feeling. I went through a stage where I bottled everything in, and it didn't make nothing no easier. So just talk to somebody. If it's your mom, if you're not close with your mom, if it's your dad, if you're not close with your dad, let it be cousin, friend, auntie, grandparents, anybody who will sit there and listen to you and understand you. That's gonna make it the whole thing, from you first getting it all the way to you being my age, to you getting farther. You always want somebody to talk to, because it's a very stressful period, especially growing up, going through. Like, I got it at 9, and my worst times was through high school. Like, besides starting off, because there was a lot going on there. So yeah, like, just always try to talk to somebody whenever you feel a need. Don't do like me and bottle everything up until it all explodes. That's one thing. So yes, I'm glad y'all, if y'all made it this far, please leave a thumbs up. Please, I'm really liking doing my videos. This is my second one, and I'm gonna keep going. So if y'all made it this far, leave a thumbs up. If you liked anything I said or had anything in common with what I said, just leave a comment down below, or again, leave another thumbs up. And if you liking the videos that I'm putting out and have any advice for me, or any tips that you want me to give you or you got for me, just let me know. Subscribe to my channel. There's gonna be more videos. And thank you very much. This has been your boy 2 Live Sean, and I'm out. Peace.